Good afternoon, teacups. I'm very sorry you may hear the prayer time in the background. I have been waiting what feels like an age for it to finish, and frankly, I'm not that patient. But hey, hello, what's brewing? Today, Chantal has brought back another video. Now, for those of you who missed her rant on the community tab, I do have a video on it before this one. She did end up deleting that rant because she didn't want to bring negativity to her channel. So she's deleted it, it's gone now, but it remains forever in video form. Should you want to check that out, go do it. I did read before she deleted it that she was taking time away. She was going to be back. She's bringing new energy to her videos. She wasn't going to be lazy and just film food. So I am very hopeful for the next video. I will say, I'm just going to start with, oh, let's turn my recorder on. I do see what she did there with the huge cat intro bonanza. She's trolling us hard, guys. Some of the things she put in the I want list, and it's like, I want to have the cats on the counter. I want to have the cats in my videos. And I was like, no one's stopping you. I just don't like them. I'm guessing there must be a bigger YouTuber out there that also has a problem with her cats, because there's no reason she'd be watching me as a tiny creator. But she's trolling us hard. She's like, look at all the cats, look what I can do. And that's kind of the underlying message of this whole video, the implication of this whole video is, fuck you haters, look how well I'm doing without you. I'm doing all the things I said I'd do. But we're gonna maybe get into that because, however, I will be cutting out the huge intro bonanza. So thanks for it anyway, but yeah, we're gonna move on. Okay, and we have Chantal and what looks like a banana. Her hair is still doing okay. It's looking a bit rougher than some of the already done pictures, I'm guessing because the hairdresser would have flat ironed it and what have you. But I stick by what I said about liking her hair. And I think it was a good idea for her to go. I wasn't sure how it was going to end up at first, but it's all right.
I told Peetz I want to sing Riders on the Storm with a plantain, and he's...
Oh, it's a plantain, not a banana. Ah, you see how that plantain is rotting in her hand, the black marks? I'm guessing when she threw away her weight loss challenge, she also threw away the thing of, I'm going to eat the groceries I have. Because weren't those the plantains she bought when she was having a crush on that guy? She had a conversation with him in the supermarket about plantains and him liking West African food, and he was from Ghana and he's so pretty. That one, she still has those plantains apparently, and she's not using them for food, she's using them for props. So good job in smashing your goals there, honey. Gonna embarrass yourself. You're gonna have regrets once this video comes up. Can I just say, all shit aside, I do actually really like her lipstick right here. I'm not liking the rest of the makeup, but she seems to have done a good job with it.
Riders on the storm, into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown. It's raining out.
Was that? Oh, that's a scary freeze frame. Sorry. Sorry, guys. She's going to kill you with her eyes. Yeah, I thought she was going to go and did she still have the appointment with the singing person? Back when she was going to have hobbies that weren't food, she said she was making an appointment. Do you think she'll keep it? She didn't keep it the first time she tried this whole thing, but I'd actually genuinely love her to keep it. I don't really want to hear her sing again, but I'd love her to keep it.
Casey's sitting. So I'm going to do a video today with Peetz. As you can see, my regular white flour in the background has been replaced with coconut flour.
Why? Question, coconut flour is great as a low-carb alternative for some things, but what does replacing the white flour in her background do to help her health? Like, is she going to absorb it through osmosis? The implication of, I'm eating coconut flour instead of regular flour, she's not going to have thrown that white flour away. And the last time she made anything was that pizza, then she used coconut flour in that, didn't she? It was almond and... Oh, am I remembering that correctly? I feel like it had coconut flour in it. And she hated it, so... like, what is the coconut flour going to prove, especially enough to point it out to us? Good job, Chantal, you're so healthy.
So this is my new hair, guys. A lot of you have been waiting to see. It is like a, I don't know.
I want to know what a lipstick is.
Bobbish kind of. It's shorter in the back here. It has very subtle, like highlights, which make it look nice and shiny throughout. Of course, I have my hair fibers in, so the roots are a bit darker than they normally probably would be. And I have my Bert and Ernie shirt on.
Oh, I hadn't even made that connection. Did someone call her Bert and Ernie? Is that a comment she got? Is that why she's saying it? To be like, look, I can laugh at myself, but I hadn't made that connection.
Casey's in the pet taxi.
We left
She
the
wants
cat.
to go to the bar.
Okay guys, so we are waiting for a kitchen set to come.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'm super excited for that. So I'll show you when we get it. I have to go and get some cat food right now. So I'm gonna do that. So I'll see you guys soon. I have to do a haul for you guys because I just got some stuff.
I'm assuming Peetz is going to wait in for the furniture then. Why would you choose to go out and get cat food? Something you can clearly see if you're going to need or not. In the 4-hour window, you've got to wait for your delivery. That's poor planning. But let's see what horse she's got.
Every time I get some stuff, no matter what it is.
I am... Oh, lovely. Hairy armpit. That she hides, but the rest of the crap she puts in her video, she'll keep. Really? I was going to say, I'm surprised Peetz was willing to touch the box from Amazon, given how much he hates Bezos.
This is from Amazon.
Ooh.
Peetz's favorite. I'm sorry,
Gonna
Peetz.
take stuff out with the opener there.
So I got 2 packs of organic raw shredded coconut because I like adding this to smoothies. And
If it hadn't had the word organic on it, she wouldn't have bought it. Guys, there are so... Spurg about organic food. There are so few rules servicing the area of food where people are allowed to label things organic. I'm not saying it's not a thing. I'm not saying it can be better quality, but do your research when you buy organic with companies about what that actually means, because there isn't really a consistency within the industry. She does seem to set a lot of stock into it. Whenever something's organic, she automatically takes it as healthier.
to oatmeal. Love eating oatmeal. Been loving eating oatmeal in the morning. So coconut adds some natural sweetness, some extra flavor and texture.
Again, natural sweetness. Honey, sugar is natural. Sugar comes from plants. But yes, it's more processed, but sugar is still fucking sugar, yeah? And actually, fruit sugar, fructose from fruit, can only be broken down in one area of your body, whereas the other sugars can be broken down in other areas. So it's better to, there's no sugar that's really good for you. Yeah, it's better to reduce your sugar intake than it is to be like, well, this is less processed sugar. Your body doesn't care.
Sure. So, and I got a food scale. A new food scale.
Okay, that's good.
Because apparently, I don't know where my old one went. I thought it was at my old place, but it's not.
She's still going back to the old place. Seriously, is she not just cut the fucking cord? BB, honey, change the goddamn locks. Like, she's constantly going back there or not going back and saying, oh, it's there. Her juicer, when she was going to juice and spend $1,000 on juice, people were like, you should juice her. She's like, it's at the old apartment. And then she was going to buy a second one. Like, for God's sake, get your stuff or don't get your stuff, but cut the cord.
Stainless steel food grade scale.
Okay, good. Now use it to portion your food.
But
Don't we already have a scale?
Thank
we
you,
need a better
Peetz.
scale. We need a talking scale. Got a new scale.
Okay. I have a question. Oh, I'm going to check on weight capacity, 550 pounds. Okay, so she's got a little wiggle room there. That sounds a bit bad to say. Here's the thing. So talking to, I know that's a thing between all of the big ones when they're like, oh, well, I need, because they all use bigger capacity scales, and one of the things those scales do is tall. But if her weight was going down, she wouldn't need this, because she just did a whole thing in her other video saying, I don't want to buy another scale. It'll be demotivating for me that I need a bigger scale, because, you know, she was 399 in her last weigh-in, which was just weighing a bull by the skin of her teeth, because the capacity on her scale is 400. And she had a conversation about it a video or two ago, and she was like, I'm not going to weigh another pound. Now, she's already admitted that she binged, or rather, she was very defensive and said, so what if I have been? Which we can read as the same thing. I'm guessing this was prompted, and in fact, the cancellation of online weight loss in general was prompted by the fact that she had a binge, she'd got on the scale to see how much damage she'd done, and it said error. That is what I am guessing here, because one, there's no reason to buy another scale otherwise, because she just talked about how she didn't really want one. She liked the idea of the talking scale, but she didn't really want one. And two, just because she'd had a binge, she could have just not told us she'd had that binge. She could have then just starved herself for a day. I could see her doing that just to prove, like, oh, I'm too busy to make a video, I'll do the weigh-in still, and then just done the weigh-in. And I think she knew she was over 400. She was worried this would take a little bit longer to come in because she was due to weigh in tomorrow. And this has obviously just arrived. So it could have been a bit later, and then she would have had to admit, oh, it went up to error and I don't know what it says. And she might have had to use the old scale, and that would have been embarrassing for her. So I'm betting we're not going to see a new weigh-in until she's back under 400, which is why she's got the new scale. But you know, it weighs normal. It weighs exactly what it did before. I haven't gained weight. That's what I think.
Talking scale. Is that your goal?
Yeah, I've lost weight.
Oh, cool.
Now to 197. You know what?
She's so happy for him. Like, the fact that blatantly Peetz doesn't give a shit and he hasn't been trying to lose weight and he's lost 2 pounds. Look at her face like, no, good job. I'm so happy for you.
I was at 199 last time I weighed myself.
Did you have?
I haven't grabbed yet today. I'll be from yes.
Yes, with that thing, she beats herself out because she is a lady. She is a lady, you guys. She covers up her armpit and she beats out the word crap. But then she left in him replying it. One, beeping out the word if you're obviously asking the question doesn't make you any more lady. Maybe don't ask about his shits. How about that? No, I'm not a lady either. But then to leave in the conversation about it, like, what was the point? Do you remember before? And I was like, maybe just get through one thing, one community post, one video where you don't mention farts or crap. That would be lovely.
Got on your scale. It's talking one. It wasn't the other one that says like, hello, it's ready. I don't know. Maybe this one says that. I don't know. But it was really expensive. So I think this was like $100 instead of like $275.
She spent $100 on a scale. Shit, man. My God, she did not need to do that. If she was in fact $399 and she binged and she went over, no matter what she'd eaten, the majority of that weight would have been sodium. A day or two would have got her back under the limit to use her old scale. And somebody commented on a recent video of mine saying there are higher capacity scales for cheaper out there. So why would you waste $100? The amount of money this woman wastes is insane to me. Forget the eating out and all the money connected to her food, because you could argue that's her job. But just the crap, the coconut sugar, the coconut flour, the special organic whatever, the $40 Moroccan oil she spilled on her Instagram the other day, which I'm guessing her hairdresser told her was good for her hair. Moroccan oil's a good hair ingredient. I think I see lots of hair. I've got a shaved head under here, guys. What the fuck do I know about hair? But, you know, I'm pretty sure it's a hair ingredient. She wastes so much money. You can do what you're doing on a much better budget, and then maybe you wouldn't be so reliant on YouTube and you wouldn't have to panic so much.
Anyway, yeah, so that's my little mini haul. I'm going to go get cat food, and hopefully the table is supposed to come in the next 4 hours. So anytime between now and the next 4 hours. So we'll see, right, Peetz?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to speed her up. Sorry, guys. I'm going to start doing it with sped up, but it's a short video, so we'll live with it for today.
See you guys soon. Hey, Jay. Feel like your house I made for you?
She's still got the Amazon box house. I'm surprised Peetz tolerates it. Although, let's face it, Peetz not putting his foot down on anything.
You made?
Yes, I cut out the door and the window, didn't I?
No, I did that.
Not that it's an achievement for either of them, but he's so indignant.
So this is the
Jesus.
aftermath of our table coming here.
Is that just the table box? Actually, looking at it, it looks like it is. Does that mean they finally moved the other boxes? I have a question though. Their apartment seems to be kind of long and thin. I'm guessing it's a it's not a corner, it's like an edge apartment, because usually the shape of those, because you're packing more in. But where are they going to put that table? Because if they have it, I'm guessing the only area, because if they've got their kitchen here, a space here, and then they've got their TV and their seating area here, it'll have to go in the middle. But that table looks pretty big for the width of the apartment they have. And I feel like there would have been sizes or shapes that were, just for the sake of the two of them, that would have been a bit more sympathetic to the size of their apartment. Because I feel like that one's going to take up a lot. That one looks quite bulky for the space they're working in. And I feel like maybe they could have made a choice that aesthetically would have been less intrusive, if any of that makes sense. But we'll see when it's up. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to Peetz putting the legs on, but I'm going to cut up the cardboard with a box cutter and put it in garbage bags.
Could you also vacuum your carpet when you do? Because your carpet is filthy right now.
And
the random hangers in the corner.
Shit it goes. So I'll show you when it's done. We just ordered dinner.
Of course you did.
So I'm gonna do that, and just ordered dinner from Montana's. I wanted to get cat food, and because of COVID, I had to go to the bathroom really bad. There's nowhere to go. I rushed.
I was gonna say COVID made you want to go to the bathroom.
All the way back. Yeah, it was an emergency. So, and then there was a huge line. I hate grocery shopping on Saturdays. So just going to get cat.
To be fair, you hate grocery shopping any day. We saw you sitting in your car. It's physically very taxing on you, and you've been talking about the headaches and the high blood pressure you get. So I can't imagine more people make that better. But you could also plan to not go on a Saturday. You have that choice.
Cat food was my social interaction limit for the day. Yeah, we're going to Peetz and I do groceries tomorrow. Get this table together today, and I ordered.
Well, that would go back to the planning, wouldn't it? If you know you're going to have to take Peetz, plan what you're doing and go once, and then get your cat food, get your groceries, and then for your own laziness even, or your own physical limits even, you could just do it one time and then not have to worry about it.
Huge salad from Montana's. I'll show you when it gets here. So yeah, so see you soon. We're gonna have to vacuum the cardboard styrofoam bits after, but
and all the black crap.
Yeah, it's
again, it looks like a fine table. It seems to fit with the decor of the apartment, but it looks very big. You're going to be kind of shuffling around it all the time. I mean, it depends where they put it and how they set it up, I suppose, but I feel like they're not going to be able to find an easy, nice place for it to fit and flow in their apartment.
That's the table so far put together. Just a basic solid wood, and I'll show you guys the whole set when it's all put together.
Okay. Oh yeah, and she's got a, I'm going to cut the cat out in a minute. She's got to fit the chairs around it as well, because she said it was a set. That's going to be wide. Well, she might show us in a minute.
This is the main course. Look at this grilled apple.
It looks nice.
Salad. It's 560 calories. Look at the maple. There's a piece of chicken in the way.
Looks like a nice salad.
Goat cheese, candied pecans, grilled chicken, apple slices.
Here's my problem here, okay? Am I going to nitpick at her for, well, I am going to nitpick, let me be clear, that's what I do. But am I going to say that a salad is a bad choice? Absolutely not. And I'm telling you this before she shows us the other thing, okay? I think that salad is a good choice. I went onto the Montana's website, I checked their nutritional values. It's 580 calories. Am I going to quibble over 20 calories? No, it's an easy thing to misspeak. So it's 580. Now it's actually 580 for the salad itself. The chicken was an optional add-on, and the grilled chicken was 160 extra calories. But even adding that to the total, there was only about 9 grams of protein in that salad without the chicken. So I think spending 160 calories on some chicken was a really good idea because you're going to need a bit of extra protein there. So I don't have a problem with the salad. It includes the dressing because I checked. The salad itself at entree size is 320 or 360, I can't remember off the top of my head, but the dressings are 110 and are included in that final 580 calorie amount. So that's a good choice. However, in a second, this is going to escalate. So let's have a look.
And on the side.
Okay. So this is where the issues start. You know me, I like to go and check calories. I like to go and check things. But I want to talk for a little bit before I do about when she lies to us or purposefully misdirects us. I don't know how much of it, because this isn't a direct lie. That salad, I think she misspoke and she meant 580, not 560, but it is. It is. And I think like this is an appetizer. This is their cheese and spinach dip. And I think in her head, she was like, well, I'm having a salad. It's a few chips. It's not the end of the world. And it's not the end of the world. She can have a few chips. It's about whether it leads to her binging. But in terms of her calorie allotment and what she can handle as part of her diet, she can handle a portion of chips. So it sounds very reasonable to say, well, I'm ordering a salad. I don't think it's going to fill me up. I'm going to order an appetizer with it. That seems balanced, doesn't it? You'd be like, oh, I had an appetizer and a salad. That's what, skinny girls do that. People can do that, and people can absolutely do that. Except, my friends, I went onto the website and I checked nutritional value because I like to. Let me share it with you. So as we talked about, apple pecan high harvest salad, 580 calories, including the balsamic vinaigrette. Grilled chicken breast, 160 calories. I think that was a necessary addition. That's a reasonable meal. 4 cheese spinach dip. It says with pita and nachos, 750 calories. Now that doesn't include the sides. The fried pita are 300 and the nacho chips are 270. So suddenly, when we add this up, her reasonable meal becomes 1,760 calories because she doesn't appear to have the pita chips, so I've just counted the nacho chips. Because the 4 cheese spinach dip is 750, which is more than basically her entire salad meal. And what's more, when you go onto the website, it does that thing again where it's an appetizer designed to be shared. It says 1 serving out of 4 is 190 calories for the mixture of pita and nachos. So she's eating a 4-person appetizer. But I'm sure in her head, well, I ordered an appetizer and a salad. That was a reasonable choice. And this is where eating out catches you out. And I've been sitting here wondering, and I'm not sure, how much of it was a lie to herself. Because she mentions the calories in her salad. She checked those. It was a reasonable choice. But she doesn't mention the calories in the side. She doesn't mention the calories in the dip and with the nachos. And I think it's really easy to lie to yourself and to say, oh, well, if the salad was 580, then the appetizer, it's got cheese in, it's maybe 300, maybe 400. I can do that, it's 300. You can estimate those, but you won't check it, but you'll check the salad. And it's quite misleading. But at the end of the day, whether you mislead me or you don't, if I had turned this off, not checked, and been like, oh, that seemed like a reasonable choice. Or if I did what I'm doing and fact checking it, and it's not really reasonable, it's an entire day's worth of calories almost, and that's for her. For me, that is more than a day's worth of calories. I have a 1,300 calorie limit. Reasonably for her, 2,000 calories would be a reasonable goal, I believe. Her maintain rate is about 2,900, but that's an entire day. And the thing is, if she just hasn't checked because ignorance is bliss, and even willful ignorance is bliss, then that seems like it's a light meal, and she'll go on and eat something else because she made a good choice today. And that's where it gets dangerous. And that's why I don't know if she's lying to us or lying to both herself and us. Because I think in her head, it seems justifiable because it's a light meal. And it's actually not. It's actually basically your entire day's intake.
This is their spinach dip.
Notice I said spinach and not spinach and cheese. It's all rationalizing it in her head. It's spinach. It's healthy.
Warm spinach dip. Spinach and cheese has spinach, cheese,
Oh, there you go.
cream cheese, red pepper, tricolor corn tortilla chips.
Don't get me wrong, it looks good. But for that many calories, I would hope so.
And then I have such a mess to clean up.
Yeah.
Peetz is putting the table and chairs together because he's better at that stuff. Meanwhile, I'm going to put this chair in the area over there, get my box cutter, garbage bags, cut that all up. So I don't know if I'll get to show you that in this video. If not, maybe tomorrow's video or something.
Okay.
So I wasn't going to do a video till
Weigh-in day was safely
next
over.
week, but
Yeah. I will say she was like, oh, I'm gonna bring a different energy. I'm stepping away to plan new videos, shitlords. Like she was really defensive at some of the assumptions and what turned out to be rightful assumptions people were making about her absence. And this video doesn't seem full of new energy or different things, I gotta say.
Peetz ordered the ribs and fries.
She's so jealous.
I just thought, I missed you guys, and I really have to just not like promise when I'm gonna do videos. I'm gonna do my best to upload regularly, and I have been doing that. But sometimes I just need a break because mentally, I'm not always well.
No, you're not. Sometimes you're binging. You genuinely are, and you have a choice of how much you show of that on your channel, you really do. But you've put yourself in a situation where YouTube is your income. So that makes YouTube your profession. And you need to make more effort with your profession. You need to commit to somewhat regular uploads. Because she's saying, oh, I'll upload when I can, but you know, I'm sick. You have an eating disorder. You have disordered eating. But does that stop you from filming a video? Not if you get content from away from food, it doesn't. And I thought that was what you were planning. I thought that's what you were doing. So where is it?
You know, what can I say? And sometimes I just need some time, you know? I know you guys understand. Those who matter understand, right?
Those who won't question me matter, and those who matter will understand. Here's your problem from my perspective, is that I do understand. But I understand the things you're trying not to say. I understand the things you don't necessarily want me to understand. And I understand them, and it's not helping you. Those who matter understand, honey.
So anyways, guys, I'm gonna eat.
Of course you are.
My dinner.
My 1,760 calorie dinner, which in her head is a 580 calorie salad.
Hope you enjoy this vlog. I mean, it's just kind of like we're just at home today.
I'm enjoying your new
It's
energy.
raining.
Is she the Wicked Witch of the West? Is she made of sugar? Is the rain going to melt her? Like, it's raining. Honey, if you lived in the UK and you didn't want to go out in the rain, you'd never leave your house.
Waiting for the table. So,
Oh, actually, fair game. She had to wait for the delivery. I'll give her that.
and yeah. Yesterday I was like even worse. I was just like vegging out. And
Planning videos hard.
I figured out why I like watching shows like Temptation Island or Love Island when I'm feeling depressed, and it's because like I think a part of my problem is I just think too much. Like I really overthink things, and you know, that kind of entertainment doesn't really require you to think at all. It's just like,
I don't think you overthink things. I think you overcomplicate things because you're desperately trying not to do the difficult but simple thing, which is, yeah, you got to cut your calories and move more. And that's the thing you're desperately trying not to focus on, because there must be another way. And that's what overcomplicates your life.
mindless, you know. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna eat my delicious food and I will see you. Hey guys, I'm gonna end the video here laying on my llama.
anytime she's anywhere near that llama cushion, I'm just like, please don't be naked, please don't be naked, please don't be naked. And she's not, yay!
Because, well, today was kind of uneventful, you know? I'm just kind of staying home with Peetz, and I'm tired from ripping up that huge box was a good arm workout. Okay, there's still some left, some styrofoam to do in that, but we're taking a little edit break, so I'm gonna edit this video, and
What, you're not going to show us
I'll
the
see you in the
finished?
next one. And I just want to let you know, in case you are confused, I did change my YouTube name to Chantal Marie, and
I was quite confused when she said that in the video because it takes a few days to kind of go through the internet. So for me, she's still listed as Foodie Beauty. I'll add the tag to my video, so if people are searching it, they get that. But she's tried this before. She went through a period where she was changing her name every few months, every to the maximum amount YouTube would allow it. And it didn't change anything. She does it when she's trying to change direction and distance herself from the mukbangs, but she'll be back to Foodie Beauty as soon as she starts mukbangs again, which will probably be in about a week.
I just need to reinvent myself, or else I get bored. So I think it's just, it's my universe, I guess. It's like my little area of the internet where I'm just gonna put out whatever content I feel like doing, and I hope that you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
The time she spent away did not bring any new energy or any new things to her videos, which is what she claimed it was for. I think we all knew it was because she was binging and didn't have a good answer, but the fact that she's got the new scale kind of confirms that to me. Binges happen sometimes, blips happen, you start new plans and you have a false start with it because you're not quite there, and you can recover from it, but there has to be some consistency at some point. And it kills me a little bit, because she could have done so much with this week. And it's always the could have beens. If she was going to plan a vlog, even if the rain kind of scuppered whatever plan she had, and then maybe it was an unexpected delivery for the table or whatever, you give her the benefit of the doubt. There are things she could have done, like she filmed the putting together of the table. She could have made that into a vlog. She could put it together. She could have montaged it. She did spend time at the beginning of this video putting in some title screens and the little graphic, even if it was only to troll us, and putting in a little bit of new music. So she made an effort there. There was no reason she couldn't have cut together clips of them making it, montaged it, shown her before and after of the room. I think that was a real missed opportunity to kind of flesh out a vlog a little bit and be like, look, we've redesigned this room as this. And I think it's just because she started cutting up boxes and got tired. We'll see if everything's gone. But she could have cleaned that area up. She could have put the table up and been like, look guys, done. And that would have been a nice thing. Again, whether she's being dishonest with herself or purposefully just dishonest with us, I don't know. I know there are some people who just think the worst of her all the time and that it gets frustrating, but I do think there's a certain sense of self-delusion here, which is just extending to us that she thinks she made a good choice there. And it's unfortunate because every time she does that, like I say, ignorance is bliss even when it's willful ignorance. And every time she does that, when she comes to the realization that she's got to do better again, and it will be again, she will bring weight back into this, then it's just an extra 1,000 calories she's got to burn off, so you're just getting further away from whatever goals you have, whether you're public with them or not. And that's a real shame. And I think one of the reasons she's cycling so much faster these days is because her physical state of being is becoming much more intrusive, and that her mukbangs aren't satisfying her for as long anymore, and she feels so much worse after them, and it's having such an impact on her health, both during and around those mukbangs, and with her breathing, with her chest pains, with her headaches, that the realization of I genuinely can't take anymore, I've got to do something about it, comes so much quicker these days that it's just increasing the rotations. So that's where we are with her. I mean, She had the opportunity for it not to be a bad meal there. I genuinely think she thinks it's not a bad meal, and we'll see where she goes. We'll see if we see her weigh in. We'll see if she keeps weight offline, which I don't think she will. We'll see if she'll return to mukbangs and actually calling them mukbangs instead of just sneaking them in. Other than that, I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Pleasure having you here. Bye bye, everyone.